business. You don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account. And when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is this, I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling. Yeah.
He don't need any money. He
spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests
that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
During an appearance on Joe Rogan's show, Floyd Mayweather responded to claims that he had suffered a $1.1 billion financial setback. Mayweather pointed out that he still has a private aircraft and owns numerous properties across the real estate market. He added that if having those assets is considered being broke, then plenty of people would probably be happy to have that kind of financial situation. The claims were discussed in a Business Insider report, which brought attention to the article and its coverage.
Business Insider article that ran.
Yes.
We debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. Mm-hmm. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said that Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls, and you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I'll leave that to the judge. I'll leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the questions.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not going to let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my company.
Joe Rogan argued that Mayweather's financial position could be connected to the way he regularly spends his money. He highlighted examples such as extremely expensive watches and other high-end possessions that were more about luxury than actual necessity. Rogan portrayed Mayweather's lifestyle as one driven by continual extravagance, with large amounts of money going toward personal pleasures instead of essential expenses.
That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity.
A viral post on X has been gaining millions of views while claiming that Floyd Mayweather allegedly ended up bankrupt, despite reportedly making around $1.22 billion during his career. The post described the supposed auctioning of his properties and vehicles as an unusual development. Financial expert Akos Gupta later shared the story and added his own comments, pointing to what he described as Mayweather's exceptionally lavish spending habits. These reportedly included never wearing the same pair of underwear twice, having employees wash his cars every day, spending approximately $12,000 a week at a Japanese steakhouse, and on one occasion throwing $50,000 into a pool for dancers. The post also highlighted several major luxury purchases, including diamond-covered accessories, a $10 million engagement ring, numerous expensive automobiles, and 2 private aircraft reportedly worth about $60 million and $30 million.
Invest in a brand new cash counting machine specifically for Floyd. The one we had, it was just not that great, so we spent a little more money and got the best one.
Mayweather rejected the criticism surrounding his spending, making it clear that he chooses to live according to his own rules and does not believe there is anything wrong with the way he spends his wealth. He also said he would have no issue with anyone else achieving a similar level of income or enjoying the same kind of lifestyle. In his view, The repeated claims that he is broke are driven more by jealousy and resentment than by the actual facts.
I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. How 29 years or 30 years you can keep getting money like this? I'd be mad too. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep your bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Want me the bread, man? Tip money. Fucking throw it in here, too. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm born in crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags.
Wade Clemens addressed Logan Paul's remarks about Floyd Mayweather, supporting the allegation that Mayweather has yet to settle the reported $1.5 million payment connected to their exhibition fight. His comments once again brought the unresolved financial dispute into focus, drawing attention to the continuing disagreement over money that remains unsettled from the bout.
He's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was about to be content, stud. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to...
Reports indicate that Mayweather could be facing financial difficulties, with some commentators connecting those problems to his recently hired manager. His expensive lifestyle, combined with certain decisions involving his financial management, has reportedly added to the pressure on his finances. Court records also mention Jonah Renitz, who was described as an important cooperating witness in a white-collar investigation in the Southern District of New York and played a notable part in recent prosecutions. Officials connected to the case reportedly stated that approximately $19 million of the funds had been lost.
19 million of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Rechnitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy, his new financial advisor. Rechnitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Rechnitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told the judge. Sound familiar?
Even though DeLazio did not face formal charges in the court proceedings, Jonah Renitz portrayed himself as a person who had changed his ways. He spoke about the social expectations and financial pressures he experienced while trying to build a reputation as an important figure in New York. Some observers compared those circumstances with Floyd Mayweather's situation, noting that outside influences and decisions made by financial managers can sometimes make an individual's financial position far more complicated than it seems from the outside.
5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. He got sentenced to 10 months in 2019. Five months in prison, 5 months and house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. His sentencing has been repeatedly delayed and reassigned to different judges. But he remains free nearly 9 years after pleading guilty. So he's been out of jail for 9 years. The guy hasn't even done his 5 months. So he's got his hand in the corruption cookie jar still, it seems like. After the scandal, he moved back to LA, where he's from, and became a jeweler. He launched Jadel Jewelry and Diamonds, leveraging connections to celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Shaq, and...
Atlas points out that the public attitude toward Floyd Mayweather has undergone a significant transformation. People who once praised his extraordinary achievements and celebrated everything he accomplished are now among those questioning him publicly, with some even making jokes about the difficulties surrounding his current situation. Supporters who previously admired his luxurious lifestyle and flawless boxing record have started taking a closer look at the financial choices and personal decisions he has made. Atlas sees this change as an example of how quickly public opinion can shift when a successful figure begins facing serious questions. Mayweather's journey from an admired boxing superstar to a heavily scrutinized celebrity also demonstrates how quickly fame, wealth, and public approval can change in professional sports.
Like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape...
An economic specialist has examined Floyd Mayweather's financial model, noting that the boxer's various business income sources were particularly complex. His longtime advisor and manager, Al Heyman, was reportedly involved in negotiating a 6-fight agreement valued at approximately $250 million. The arrangement allegedly allowed Mayweather to have unusual control over choosing his opponents while maintaining guaranteed earnings, something that was considered extremely uncommon in professional boxing. According to the expert, Mayweather's popularity and carefully built public persona helped make him one of the world's top-earning athletes between 2012 and 2014, bringing in massive crowds and generating substantial revenue from his events. However, certain legal allegations have also claimed that despite receiving hundreds of millions of dollars through multiple business arrangements, disagreements arose over whether Mayweather was properly compensated for some of his biggest fights.
Get that 6-fight, $250 million contract, but what was unheard of about it, Mayweather got to pick his own opponents and still get paid. Mayweather, the persona he cultivated, whether you like it or not, has sold tickets. He was a big draw. He was the top earning athlete 2012 to 2014. Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then after that he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check. But he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get... So it's easy to get blinded, like, it's a lot of money, but if you're supposed to get more...
For instance, the report claimed that Mayweather received roughly $100 million from the Pacquiao fight, while projections had reportedly suggested that his earnings could have been closer to $200 million. The analyst points out that when figures reach that scale, even a relatively small difference can represent an enormous amount of money. Any gap between expected and actual payments can therefore create significant financial consequences. Amon is portrayed as taking an approach very different from traditional promoters such as Don King, remaining largely out of the spotlight while successfully working with fighters including Adrian Broner and helping arrange major business agreements involving Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar de la Hoya. The Economist ultimately suggests that Mayweather's financial difficulties may have more to do with complicated contracts and management structures than simply excessive spending.
Fought Conor McGregor, huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $15 million a year in... or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, so anyway, so Al Heyman is this, he's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays total.
Analyst Fannin has discussed several legal actions involving Floyd Mayweather, explaining the continued disagreements over money have reportedly pushed the former champion to take former business partners to court. Despite earning more than $1 billion throughout his career and finishing his boxing career undefeated, reports have pointed to expensive spending habits, gambling, and tax-related issues as possible sources of financial strain. Fannin suggests that Mayweather's lawsuits are largely focused on recovering money he believes he was entitled to receive or challenging the way certain former associates managed his financial affairs.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial.
Mayweather built an extensive portfolio of expensive automobiles, multiple private jets, and luxury properties, while also reportedly directing significant amounts of money toward jewelry, technology, and lavish entertainment. His gambling activities were said to have resulted in losses worth millions, and tax liabilities reportedly created another source of financial pressure. Despite earning enormous sums throughout his career, the combination of these expenses is described as one factor behind his decision to pursue legal measures aimed at protecting his wealth. Fannin also points out that the lawsuits appear to involve more than simply recovering disputed money, as they may also serve to defend Mayweather's reputation and commercial interests. Taken together, the situation illustrates how difficult managing substantial wealth can become, demonstrating that even athletes who earn extraordinary amounts can face major financial and legal challenges when funds are contested or financial arrangements are not handled properly.
Parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about or did know about or maybe did not understand. Because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Heyman and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this, though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has become famous for far more than what he accomplished between the ropes, with his luxurious lifestyle becoming a major part of his public identity after reaching the highest levels of boxing. Throughout his career, he reportedly accumulated extensive collections of expensive automobiles, multiple private jets, and costly possessions ranging from designer watches to advanced electronic gadgets. His approach to spending reportedly went beyond simply purchasing luxury goods, as he employed staff members whose responsibilities included maintaining his valuable belongings and regularly cleaning his numerous vehicles. He was also known for reportedly dropping substantial amounts of money on meals at high-end restaurants each week, placing large wagers on sporting competitions, and frequently showing off large amounts of cash at parties and other social events. Although this image helped create the perception of unlimited wealth and extravagant living, newer reports and analysis from figures covering the boxing world indicate that Mayweather's actual financial circumstances could be considerably more complicated than the lifestyle displayed publicly.
We are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious...
Tax obligations have also reportedly played a significant part in affecting Mayweather's overall financial position. Reports involving outstanding taxes, legal conflicts, and alleged money problems stand in sharp contrast to the image of complete financial freedom and control that he presented for much of his career. That contrast highlights how vulnerable enormous wealth can become when spending continues at an extreme level, even for an athlete earning at the very top of the sports industry. What once appeared to be an unstoppable financial success story is now frequently discussed as an example of how excessive expenses and insufficient financial management can influence the long-term financial future of even the world's most successful athletes.
Represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he...
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for what's coming next.